it is, time to make sure that we are prioritizing the work that we do, whether that relates to growth or support. Tell me a little bit about what your priorities are coming into the new year.
It's growing the fraternity. I think we have goals set of how much we want to see the fraternity grow, what percentage we want to see that, and obviously we want to keep that moving. But for internal staff kind of metrics, how are we chasing that goal? I think it's certainly, working with Fired Up, give you all a plug of getting chapters on system with us and using some of the success stories we're seeing with other chapters to kind of get that momentum going. So that's a focus we have. I think continuing to increase our certified recruiter training percentage and keep chapters kind of in that philosophy and learning that philosophy is another goal that our team has.
I think in just the expansion space is just how are we being intentional in how we evaluate and understand what the success would look like for the fraternity and for the campus should we have the opportunity to return or establish a new chapter. But just thinking about Built to Lead and where that program alignment can be on campus, where we know we're again providing that premier experience for men on campus and future men that will be on campus, but to know that we will have continued successful Phi Gamma Delta chapters for years to come.
What are some of the either platforms or resources that you've utilized through Fired Up that have kind of helped you bolster your growth system? And then also, what have been some of the results that have come from some of those?
I think certainly certified recruiter training has been a huge one for us, and having access to that classroom for both undergraduates and our graduate advisors has been huge. And I think what we see, and we need to do a better job of understanding the data, how this correlates, but anecdotally, we know when those advisors are on system and utilizing that philosophy, they're training the undergraduates to follow that same philosophy, we're seeing good results.
The opportunity for us to have a partnership that is customizable to
for sure.
just to our priorities that Mike had mentioned, whether that's around expansion or whether that's within growth. The Fired Up team has been able to provide additional support to our field secretaries to oversee expansion, or there's regular touch points with our entire chapter services team where we're talking about different, maybe milestones might be the word I want to use, like milestones of where chapters are currently at. So in the fall, how are we identifying leaders to then lead the organization? Or in the spring, how are we utilizing the summer to prep for the fall? So just thinking about how we can always be proactive with our chapters and not just recruitment, but also in their chapter operations too, which will then ideally elevates, I think, their ability to recruit, because they have chapter operations that are working off one another, but they're performing at a level that is excellent and that's able to be seen and able to be felt by not just the membership, but also those that are interested in joining a fraternity or those that they're looking to recruit.
What are you all looking forward to this next year? Any additional wins or updates that you have or expecting as we enter the spring semester here in 2026?
I feel really good about where we're going with expansion, whether it's just, again, how we're building relationships with campuses, how we're evaluating, where we believe Phi Gamma Delta can be successful, but also just how we're training our field secretaries and also I think including Fired Up in those training components where they understand what the recruitment strategy needs to be, what does it mean to be on system. But I think we've just had some really great wins over the last year and a half or so, and so I'm looking forward to continuing that with chapters with campuses that we're set to expand or reestablish on, and those that I hope that we can have the opportunity to share more about what we believe and can see that success to be like on their campus.
Taking those success stories, those wins, and getting them out to other chapters, helping them replicate those wins. And I think from my seat in the organization, continuing to utilize the data to help set the team up, the staff team, to be able to coach chapters to be more on system, continue to build their systems locally. So that's something I think we're continuing to align those pieces internally, and excited to keep building that this year.
Agreed.
Awesome. Well, thank you both so much. Really appreciate it.